Kethra's elbow drove into the contender's spine. The hulking Vorak male buckled. His roar cut short as she wrenched his arm into a lock. First strike, bone cracked like dry timber. The crowd's thunderous cheers shook the arena stands. Mara Vance leaned forward in her seat, eyes narrowed. From the challenger's pen, the view cut clean across the sand-strewn ring. Kethra moved like a machine, efficient, no waste. Second strike. She pivoted, torquing the Vorak's shoulder until it popped free. He slammed face first into the grit. Third strike followed in a blur. Her knee pinned his neck. Fingers dug into his jaw. Snap, the Vorak went limp. Medics swarmed, but Kethra waved them off. She rose, blood-flecked claws gleaming under the floodlights. The arena's air hummed with alien scents, sweat, ozone from energy shields, and the metallic tang of spilled fluids. Arbiter Thalev stepped to the ring's edge. His robes billowed in the recycled air. Champion Kethra Soren stands unbroken. By the compact of trials, the ring opens to any challenger. Docking rights, trade exemptions, or blood debt settled here. Declare or yield. Silence gripped the stands. No one moved. Mara felt Juno's elbow jab her ribs. "Showtime, kid," Juno muttered. The crew chief's voice cut through the din, calm as patching a hull breach. "You wanted in." Arbiter's call-in. Mara stood. Her jumpsuit hung loose on her wiry frame. Ship rigger gear scarred from zero-J repairs, not arena flash. Humans didn't rate high in the Galactic Compact tournaments. "Too fragile," the alien said. "Too soft." She ignored the stares from surrounding rows. Scaled faces, feathered crests, all twisting toward the lone human. "Entry for Mara Vance, human," Juno called out. She flashed the forged waiver, bargained hard from a dockside fixer. Trial by combat, standard ring. Talev's multifaceted eyes swiveled. "Human? Verified species, weak skeletal density. Proceed at peril," he gestured. The challenger gate hissed open. Mara dropped to the sand. It crunched under her boots. Heat lamps baked her skin. She rolled her shoulders, sizing the ring. 20-meter circle, force walls shimmering blue at the edges. Kethra waited center ring, 7 feet of corded muscle, obsidian scales rippling over her frame. Quadrupedal stance, but upright now, claws flexed, tail lashing. The champion's mandibles clicked in amusement. Little soft skin. "Medics, stand ready. This ends quick." Mara raised a hand. "Let's dance." Kethra barked a laugh. It echoed like grinding gravel. She signaled Thalev, "No mercy protocols. Full yield or death. Human folds fast anyway." Thalev paused. "Champion demands waiver of safeties."
"Challenger?"
Mara nodded. Accepted. The arbiter's staff struck the sand. Gong tones blared. "Begin!" Kethra exploded forward. Sand sprayed. Her charge covered half the ring in 2 bounds, foreclaws gouging furrows, jaws wide. Standard opener. Overwhelm. Lock. Shatter. Every male she'd faced had crumbled the same. Mara sidestepped. Not a dodge. Calculated shift. She read the alien's momentum like a drifting cargo crate. Kethra's claw whistled past her shoulder, close enough to slice fabric. Mara grabbed the passing arm, used the warrior's speed against her, twisted into a hip throw. Kethra hit the sand hard. Shock rippled through her scales. She rolled free, sprang up. "Trick. Fight proper." Mara circled. "Proper's losing for you last round?" "Nah, we solve it my way," the crowd murmured. Bets flipped on holoscreens, odds crashing from 51 to 20. 1. Kethra lunged again, this time feint high, strike low. Tail whipped to sweep Mara's legs. Mara jumped, not high. Just enough. Landed inside guard, elbow to the jaw hinge. Kethra staggered, mandibles clacking. Pain flared in the champion's face. Humans hit soft? Lie. This one packed dense muscle under pale skin. Kethra shook it off, adapted. She dropped to all fours, barreled low like a ramming drone. Mara anticipated. Riggers mapped hull flows blindfolded. This was vectors. She vaulted the tail swipe, hooked a leg over Kethra's shoulder mid-charge, rode the momentum, slammed an open palm into the ear slit. Balance disrupted. Kethra crashed sideways. Thalev's voice boomed. "Foul? No." "Yield!" Kethra roared up. Blood trickled from her jaw. "Never." She abandoned form. Claws raked wild, forcing Mara back. Sand flew. Mara weaved, took a glancing slash across her forearm. Blood welled, hot and sticky. Ignored it. Pain was just feedback. Juno yelled from the pen, "Pressure the joints. She's telegraphing." Mara heard, used it. Next rush. Kethra overcommitted. Mara ducked under the arm, cinched a rear lock, human wrestling hold, alien anatomy be damned. Twisted the elbow joint, pop. Kethra howled, reversed with brute power, threw Mara into the force wall. Impact jolted Mara's spine. Stars burst. She bounced back, boots sliding. Kethra pressed, jaws snapping. Mara rolled between legs, popped up behind, grabbed the tail base. Sensitive nerve cluster she'd scanned pre-fight. Squeezed. Kethra bucked wild. Mara held, monkeyed up the back, locked an arm around the throat. Not crush. Control. Rode the thrashing like a bucking shuttle in Admo. Yield! Mara grunted. Kethra slammed backward, trying to crush her. Mara released. Flipped away. Landed clean. The champion spun, breathing ragged. Scales heaved. Her efficient strikes? Gone. Chaos now. The arena hushed. Aliens leaned forward. Human endures, one hissed.
She forces adaptation. Kethra charged blind.
Mara met her halfway. Feinted left, drove knee into the hip joint. Kethra listed. Mara followed with a tackle, low, wrapping legs. They hit spinning. Sand clouded. Kethra clawed free first. Rose snarling, but slower. Mara stayed low, circled, waited for the tell. Tail twitch before strike. It came. Mara exploded in. Forearm to throat. Leg hook behind knee. Toppled the giant. Mounted. Arm dragged back into that bone lock. Human-modified targeting scale gaps. Crack. Kethra's arm went slack. Yill! Thalev bellowed. Kethra bucked once. Twice, Mara held. The champion's free claw scraped sand, then tapped. Once, twice. Thalev's staff slammed. Yield accepted. Challenger Vance prevails. Medics rushed. Juno vaulted the barrier. Medkit out. Nice work. Docking rights ours. Mara rolled off, breath heaving. Blood slicked her arm. Kethra lay staring, mandibles slack. Not hate in those eyes. Respect. You fight wrong, but win. Mara offered a hand. Kethra gripped it. Pulled up. Thalev raised Mara's arm. Crowd erupted. Not cheers. Awe. Whispers spread. Human broke the unbreakable. Juno patched the gash. Told you. Confidence over flash. Mara nodded. Eyes on the docking holomap lighting green. Prize won. But Kethra's gaze lingered. Challenge not over, just evolved. As medics hauled the champion for rebuilds, Kethra rasped, "Rematch. My rules next." Mara grinned, "Bring better ones." Palev slammed the waiver slate onto the arena ledge. "Sign, human. Rematch protocols demand it." Mara snatched the device. Her fingers traced the hollow ink. She signed with a flourish, then tapped the fine print clause. "Read this aloud." Every word. Palev's scales bristled. His staff twitched. The crowd hushed. Unnecessary. Tradition. Read it. Mara's voice cut flat. No yield. He scanned the text. Voice boomed. Challenger accepts all arena modifications, including gravitic, atmospheric, and bioenhance variants. No appeals post-activation. Injury waiver. Absolute. Yield only by tap or verbal. Satisfied? Mara nodded, handed it back. Juno smirked from the handler's pit. Smart. They sneak those in. Kethra vaulted into the ring. Fresh arm gleamed. Cybernetic rebuild. Scales reinforced. Mandibles clicked. Weighted gravity round. Human frailty exposed. She flexed claws. Tail lashed command. Talev's staff glowed. Approved. Gravity to 2.5 Gs. Activate. The arena floor hummed. Weight crushed down. Mara's knees buckled an inch. Muscles burned instant fire. Sand grew heavy. Clung like lead. Crowd gasped. Bets flipped holographic. Juno tossed a stim vial over the barrier. Take it. Boosts endurance 30%. Mara caught it. Crushed the tube in her fist. Gel splattered, harmless. No. Clean fight. She widened her stance. Toes dug sand. Breath in. Slow count 4. Out count 6. Lungs adapted. Heart steadied. Kethra laughed, a guttural rasp, foolish. Crush now. She charged. Headhunt rush. Claws high. Aimed to decapitate. Sand exploded behind her. Mara sidestepped. Left foot pivot. Right elbow drove into the clinch gap. Kethra's momentum carried her past. Mara spun out. Escape clean. No tangle. Champion whirled. Faster under gravity? No. Her bulk adapted. Native. Mara circled low. Watched the tail twitch. Telltale. Pathetic dodge. Kethra lunged again. Double claw sweep, low to high. Mara dropped. Rolled under. Came up inside guard. Palm heel to sternum. Kethra staggered. Air whooshed from vents. Thalev's voice crackled. Foul? No. Legal adaptation. Crowd murmured. Aliens leaned forward. Human stands. Under 2-5? Mara breathed steady. Gravity clawed her bones. Legs quaked, but she pushed. Squats in place. Silent reps. 5. 10. Muscles warmed. Used the weight. Training. Kethra roared. Feinted high. Real strike. Tail whip. Barbed end slicing air. Mara ducked. Felt the whoosh graze scalp. Exploded forward. Tackle to midsection. Wrapped torso. Drove knees into sand. They hit. Spun. Kethra clawed at shoulders. Ripped synth leather. Blood welled. Mara ignored. Hip throw. Levered the giant sideways. Gravity aided the flip. Kethra slammed prone. Mounted. Aha. Mara locked elbow. Human mod. Pressure on scale hinge. Twist. Kethra bucked. Power immense. Mara held. Slid to side control. Knee pinned ribs. Yield! Thalev barked. Kethra reversed. Rolled Mara under. Pinned her. Claws to throat. Pressure built. Vision blurred. Mara bridged hips. Exploded up. Shrimp escape. Slid free. Scrambled to feet. Juno yelled from pit. Docking confirmed. Walk away. Mara waved her off. Circled. Breath paced. Gravity now ally. Every move stronger. Kethra panted. First sign. You endure. Charged again. Slower. Grapple seek. Mara met it. Forearms blocked claws. Knee to thigh. Kethra's leg buckled. They grappled. Sand flew. Mara fed off the weight. Deadlifts in motion. Lifted Kethra's arm. Slammed it down. Again. Champion broke free. Backpedaled. Tail lashed wild. Thalev's staff hovered. Time. Gravitic phase 2-3 Gs. Arena groaned. Weight doubled. Mara dropped to one knee. World pressed. Ribs creaked. Kethra grinned. Now break. She rushed. Mara rose slow. Adjusted. Deep breath. Used to crush. Isometric holds. Muscles fired against invisible chains. Sidestep. Clinch again. This time Mara dragged down. Judo pull. Both fell. Mara top. Armbar set up. Kethra powered out. Punches rained. Mara blocked. Turtle shell. Waited. Tell. Tail twitch under her. Reversal. Mara swept leg. Mounted chest. Ground and pound. Elbows precise. Scale cracks. Kethra tapped. Frantic. Twice. Olive slammed staff. Yield. Again Vance prevails. Medics swarmed. Juno hurdled barrier. Slapped sealant on Mara's gashes. Stubborn idiot. But docking's gold. And bonuses. Mara rolled off. Chest heaved. Gravity eased to 1G. Relief flooded. Kethra sat up. New respect gleamed. Arm dangled limp again. You turn my rules to your drill. She gripped Mara's forearm. Pulled to stand. Atmospherics next. Low oxy. See you gasp. Talev raised Mara's arm. Crowd silent. Then roar. Awed thunder. Whispers. Human trains the gravity? Mara nodded to Kethra. Adapt or lose. Eyes flicked to holomap. Docking bay glowed priority green. Prize secured. But Kethra's gaze burned. One more. My homeworld rules. Blades. Juno patched faster. No. We're done. Mara grinned. Blades sound fun. Talev's scales paled. Prohibited. Kethra laughed. Waiver signed. Fine print. Allows. Crowd ignited. Bets exploded. Juno groaned. You're impossible, Mara flexed, under fresh wraps. Gravity lesson learned. Next. Blades. Competence waited. Kethra lunged. Twin blades flashed. Curved monofilaments that hummed with edge vibration. She chained elbow feint to knee drive, aiming to slice Mara's guard open in 3 heartbeats. Homeworld rules. No armor, no blocks. Only evasion or countercuts. Mara twisted. The elbow blade whispered past her cheek, close enough to nick hairs. She slipped the knee, drove her own short blade into Kethra's exposed ribs. Tip punctured scale. Blood welled black. Mara yanked back and retreated 3 steps.
Center ring secured.
Kethra snarled, rib wound smoked under sealant foam from medics. She pivoted left, blades weaving a spiral guard. Mara circled right, breath steady. Blades weighed half what rigging harnesses, familiar heft. Kethra exploded forward again. Low, slash, pyropost. Mara parried the low with a clang that sparked plasma. Steel sang. Crowd bayed. Thalev's staff hovered at ring edge. Blades to first blood? No, homeworld right. Yield or disable. Kethra pressed. She changed angles sharp. Tail whip feinted Mara's legs. Mara hopped it. Kethra's bulk slammed forward. Mara backpedaled. Ring wall loomed. Kethra's blades pinned her there. Left blade trapped Mara's right forearm against unyielding plasteel. Right blade hovered at throat. Yield, rigor. Kethra's breath rasped hot. Low oxy mix burning lungs. Atmosphere dialed to her homeworld thin. Humans gasped first, tradition said. Mara grinned. Planted boot on wall. Pushed. Vaulted over Kethra's shoulder. Blades scraped empty air. Mara twisted mid-air. Landed center ring. Blades up. Kethra spun. Eyes wide. Tail lashed fury. Juno yelled from sidelines. Wall run? Show off. Stay grounded. Thalev's scales flushed. Unorthodox. Ring is plane, not ladder. Kethra charged. Blades blurred in oxy-starved frenzy. Mara danced back. Slipped a thrust. Tagged Kethra's thigh. Shallow cut. Kethra roared, pressed harder. Mara felt the burn now. Lungs clawed for air. Low oxy hit humans like bricks. She exhaled sharp, vision tunneling, counter. Kethra's guard dropped a finger. Mara lunged inside, pommel smash to jaw hinge. Kethra staggered. Mara hooked her leg, dumped her to mat, mounted. Blade tip to neck gap. Kethra bucked. Power exploded. Mara, airborne, crashed shoulder first. Pain lanced. Roll. Up. Kethra's blade scythed down. Mara blocked crossguard. Sparks flew. Arms quaked. Soft skin. Brittle bones. Kethra taunted. Advanced. Relentless. Mara retreated. Wall again? No. Predictable. Base step. Clinch. Mara trapped Kethra's wrist. Twisted. Blade clattered. Kethra kneed ribs. Mara absorbed. Drove forehead into snout. Crunch. Blood sprayed. Kethra reeled. Mara scooped dropped blade. Dual wield now. Kethra snatched hers up. Grin split her face. Thief plays fair. Adapting. Mara lunged. Double thrust feint. Kethra parried one, dodged other. Rib wound reopened. She bled momentum. Circle. Probe. Kethra feinted high. Swept low. Mara jumped. Tail tripped her. Down. Kethra pounced. Mounted. Blades pinned Mara's shoulders. Tip nicked collarbone. Gasped breath synced. Low oxy clawed both now. Kethra's arms trembled first. Mara bridged hips. Reversal. Swapped positions. Her knee drove Kethra's elbow joint. Pop. Blade fell second time. Kethra's good arm swung wild. Mara caught wrist. Armbar lock. Twisted. Kethra arched. Tapped mat frantic. Twice. Thalev's staff slammed. Yield! Vance claims blades. Medic swarmed. Juno hurdled barrier. Slapped cryogel on Mara's cuts. Lungs ragged. Docking's yours. Walk away. Mara rolled off. Chest heaved. Oxy ramped to norm. Air flooded sweet. Kethra sat up. Elbow dangled useless. Respect burned hotter. You climb walls. Steal steel. Turn rights to games. Gripped Mara's forearm. Pulled her upright. Crowd thundered. Bets recalculated live. Whispers. Human ignores rules. Wins anyway. Thalev raised Mara's arm. Champion unseated. Human proves, Kethra cut in. Atmospherics. Full trial. My air. No blades. Juno groaned. Hell no. Prize locked. Mara eyed holomap. Docking bay pulsed gold. But Kethra's gaze locked. Challenge hung. Low oxy. Endurance. See your kind wilt. Balev paled. Tradition binds. Waiver permits escalation. Crowd ignited. Juno patched faster. You're hooked now. Mara flexed wraps. Blades lesson etched. Competence carved paths. Oxy it is. Kethra laughed pain raw. Tail flicked alliance. Aliens gaped. Human treated impossible like next shift. Ring reset. Atmosphere hissed down. Lungs braced. Juno muttered. Stubborn wins wars. Mara nodded. Center ring. Kethra mirrored. No blades. Fists only. Air thinned. First gasp decided. Kethra struck first. Elbow chain blurred. Mara slipped. Tagged ribs again. Ribs bruised deep now. Kethra countered wild. Mara retreated. Press. Kethra angled sharp. Trapped Mara to wall. Blades gone, but fury same. Mara planted foot. Vaulted shoulder. Reset center. Oxy clawed throat. Vision edged black. Kethra adapted. No charges. Stalked patient. Punches probed. Mara blocked. Countered palm heel to throat. Kethra choked. Circle. Low kick. Mara checked. Swept tail. Kethra stumbled. Mara closed. Clinch. Judo dump. Both down. Kethra powered out. Mounted. Punches rained. Mara shelled up. Waited. Tail twitch telegraphed. Reversal. Mara swept. Mounted. Elbows precise. Scale after scale cracked. Kethra tapped. Thalev called. But oxy drop hit peak. Mara slid off. Medics dragged both. Juno sealed gashes. One again. Docking priority max. Bonuses triple. Kethra gripped arm. Limp limbs matched. You breathe my air. Fight my rules. Still stand. Mara nodded. Practice. Crowd roared endless. Thalev stammered. Human. Adapts all. Holomap blazed. Bay open. Prize won. But Kethra whispered. Crew me. Shipworld needs riggers like you. Juno overheard. Eyes widened. Deal? Mara grinned. Blades, gravity, air. Competence opened doors. Aliens learned slow. Humans? Built ladders. Thalev cleared ring. Final right loomed. Collaboration sealed. Kethra lunged low. Arms snaking around Mara's waist in a crushing body lock. Mara felt the alien's scales grind against her ribs. Vice tight. Kethra heaved upward. Spine arched to fold her challenger in half. The crowd's roar spiked. Final right. Champion's signature crush. Bones would snap. Careers ended here. Mara dropped her hips instead. Deep squat. Base wide. She wedged elbows inside Kethra's arms, prying at the lock. Physics shifted. Leverage over brute force. Mara twisted her core, turning the clinch into her throw. Kethra's feet scrambled for purchase on the sand. Not today. Mara grunted. Kethra countered fast. Her tail whipped low, leg reaping Mara's inside thigh. Momentum flipped. Kethra drove forward, slamming Mara to the arena floor. Sand exploded outward. The alien's weight pinned her. 200 kilos of muscle and fury, straddling the hips, elbows cocked for ground strikes. Thalev's voice boomed from the edge. Ground control legal? Yield or fight? Mara bridged hard. Hips exploded upward, spine off the sand. Kethra teetered. Mara rolled through the shrimp escape, never exposing her back. She scrambled to her knees, then feet. Reset guard. Breath steady. Oxy levels held. No blackout this time. Kethra rose, snarling, tail lashing sand. Bruises mottled her scales from prior bouts, but eyes burned patient now. No wild charges. She circled left, probing with a jab. Mara slipped it, countered with a palm heel to the throat ridge. Kethra gagged, stepped back. Juno yelled from the handler's pit. Center line! Don't chase. Mara nodded once, eyes locked on Kethra. The champion adapted quick, feinted high, swept low with the tail again. Mara checked it with her shin, pain lancing up her leg. She closed distance, clinched the head. Judo grip. Pulled Kethra down into guard. They hit sand rolling. Kethra powered to mount, fists hammering. Mara shelled up. turtle shell tight. Waited for the telegraph. Tail twitch for balance. There. Mara exploded hips, swept the near leg. Reversal. Now she mounted, elbows precise, crack. Scale split, blood welled green. Kethra bucked wild, bridged her own hips. Mara postured up, rode it out, dropped a knee to the belly, pinned the arm, another elbow chain, rib, jaw, temple. Thalev hovered close. Tap or pass, Sorn. Kethra bridged again, stacked Mara high. Legs free, she reaped the arm, transitioned to armbar. Mara stacked back, peeled the legs, rolled to side control. Pressure on the neck. Kethra tapped twice. The bell clanged. Medics swarmed. But Kethra didn't yield full. She gripped Mara's wrist as they rose, limp limbs matching. Breathe my air. Fight my rules. Still stand. Mara nodded, wiping sand from her eyes. Practice. The crowd's roar drowned Thalev's stammer. Human adapts all. Juno slapped Mara's back, sealing a gash with biofoam. Docking priority max. Bonuses triple. Final right cleared. Olama blazed overhead, bay open. Prize won. Kethra leaned in, voice low. Crewme, Shipworld needs riggers like you. Juno's eyes widened. Deal? Mara grinned. Blades, gravity, air, competence opened doors. That was the first gasp. Kethra struck first in the true final. Elbow chain blurred. Mara slipped outside, tagged the ribs. Bruise deepened. Kethra countered wild hook. Mara retreated 2 steps. Pressed forward. Kethra angled sharp, trapped her to the wall. Blades retracted by right rules, but fury matched. Mara planted her lead foot, vaulted over Kethra's shoulder in a shoulder roll. Reset center guard. Oxy clawed her throat. Arena air thin, human tuned. Vision edged black. She shook it off. Kethra adapted. No more charges. Stalked patient now. Punches probed range. Mara blocked high. Countered palm to throat. Kethra choked, circled out. Low kick incoming. Mara checked the shin, swept the tail base. Kethra stumbled forward. Mara closed. Clinch collar tie. Judo dump setup. Both crashed down. Kethra powered out bottom, mounted dominant. Punches rained, heavy, efficient. Mara shelled up tight, waited. Tail twitch telegraphed the shift, reversal. Mara swept the hips, flipped position. Mounted top. Elbows precise. Scale after scale cracked under the strikes. Green blood slicked the sand. Kethra tapped frantic. Thalev called it. Yield. Oxy drop peaked. Mara slid off sideways. World spun. Medics dragged both to edges. Juno knelt, sealing gashes with hasty foam. One again. Shipworld bay's ours. Tell Kethra yes. Your rigging hands are gold here. Kethra gripped Mara's arm from her slab. Limbs limp match. You breathe thin air. Fight ritual holds. Still stand tall. Mara nodded slow. Just practice. Crowd roared endless. Hollows replaying the reversals. Thalev stammered into mic. Human turns tradition to lesson, but whispers spread. Final right wasn't end. Shipworld core needed riggers for the drift storms. Kethra's crew beckoned. Juno overheard the offer, eyes lit. Deal on table, your call. Mara flexed fingers, tested the foam. Blades, low grav, thin air, competence built ladders. Aliens learned slow. Thalev cleared the ring. Right sealed. Collaboration next. Kethra rose shaky, extended claw hand. Mara clasped it. Shipworld bays opened wide. No, rewind. The body lock came mid-right after the slips. Kethra exploded in, arms wrapping Nara's torso like pythons. Body lock cinched. She arched back, intent clear. Fold the human spine, end the upstart. Mara dropped hips instant, squat deep, base unbreakable. Elbows jammed inside, broke the grip wide. She pivoted, yanked Kethra's arm across her center, threw from the clinch. Kethra planted, countered reap. Leg hooked Mara's, drove her down hard. Sand billowed, mount secured, elbows high. Thalev barked, legal hold, defend. Mara bridged explosive, hips to sky. Kethra tipped, roll through. No back exposed. Mara popped knees to feet. Guard up. Kethra stalked, tail coiled, jab feint. Mara parried, heel to throat, choke, gasp, circle dance, tail sweep. Mara checked, swept back, stumble, clinch, dump, down, mount trade, elbows crack scales, tap. Cycle repeat, but sharper. Juno patched between rounds. She's tiring. Your base wins. Final round. Kethra charged desperate. Mara sidestepped, tripped the tail. Down alone. Mount. Strikes final. Tap. Medics in. Grip shared. Offer made. Doors opened. But Talev's voice cut through roar. Wait. Core breach alert. Riggers to hull. Kethra pulled Mara up. Now. Prove on drift. Juno grinned. Ladders climb. Mara ran with them, competence calling. Expand the sequence. Kethra's arms clamped Mara's waist mid-circle, bodylock vice. Crowd hushed. Crush killshot. Mara dropped hips low. Gravity ally. Elbows pride. Grip shattered. She yanked Kethra forward. Throw loaded. Leg reap whipped in. Mara fell. Sand shock. Kethra mounted. Strikes cued. Bridge. Roll. Stand clean. The fight blurred. Kethra's elbow smashed into Mara's jaw. Bone met scale with a crack that echoed through the arena. The same strike that had shattered 10 males' guards. Blood filled Mara's mouth. Vision blurred copper. Crowd roar peaked. Bets locked on the fold. Mara bit down. Tasted iron. Blinked hard. Feet stayed planted in the sand. Hips low. She drove forward. Kethra blinked. Scaled, brow furrowed. She expected the crumple. Mara's hands clamped Kethra's shoulders. Pushed into the pressure. No retreat. Kethra adapted. Arms snaked around Mara's neck. Finishing choke-locked. Biceps bulged. Squeezed for the tap. Air thinned. Veins throbbed in Mara's temples. Palev leaned in from the edge. Yield or choke. Tradition holds. Mara peeled one thumb. Wedged her forearm under the elbow. Hip turned sharp. Leveraged the gap. Kethra's grip shattered. Mara spun out, gasped air. Guard reset. Kethra stalked, tail lashed sand. Jab feinted high. Mara parried, slipped a heel strike to the throat. Kethra choked back a gasp, circled left. Tail swept low. Mara checked with her shin. Swept the tip back. Kethra stumbled. Mara closed. Clinch dump. Both hit sand. Kethra mounted first. Elbows rained. Scales gleamed under lights. Mara bridged hips explosive. Skyward thrust. Kethra tipped. Mara rolled through. No back take. Knees popped to feet. Dalev barked. Stand clear. Round ends. Bell clanged. Medics swarmed. Juno shoved through. Slapped stim gel on Mara's jaw. Bruise forming. Ice it. She's predictable. Escalates to power. Your base eats that. Mara spat blood. Nodded. Wiped eyes. Docking rights. That's the prize. Crowd murmured. Aliens pointed. Whispers of human stands. Round 2. Kethra charged. Mara sidestepped. Caught the arm. Yanked across her center. Threw from clinch. Kethra planted one foot. Countered with a reap. Leg hooked Mara's. Drove her down. Sand billowed. Mount secured. Elbows high. Thalev called, legal, defend! Mara bridged again. Hips exploded up. Kethra tipped forward. Mara rolled. Guard passed atop. Elbows cracked scales. Kethra bucked. Reversed. Mount traded. Strikes flew. Tap danced avoided. Cycle sharpened. Kethra bled from a split crest. Mara nursed ribs. Bell. Juno patched. Tails her tell. Trip it next. You're grinding her. Kethra glared across the pit. Tail coiled tight. Humans don't last. They break clean. Mara bounced on toes, felt the arena pulse. Thousands of eyes. Underestimated. Fine. Solve it. Round 3. Kethra circled wide. Arms clamped Mara's waist mid-step. Bodylock vice. Crowd hushed. Crush killshot incoming. Mara dropped hips low. Gravity pulled. Elbows pried ribs. Grip shattered. She yanked Kethra forward. Throw loaded. Leg reaped in. Mara fell first. Sand shocked her back. Kethra mounted. Strikes cued. Mara bridged. Rolled clean. Feet hit sand. Kethra lunged desperate. Mara parried. Heel to throat again. Choke rattled. Tail swept. Mara checked, swept back. Stumble, clinch, dump. Down. Mount trade. Elbows cracked. Scales flaked. Kethra powered up. Mara sprawled, tripped the tail. Kethra crashed alone. Mara mounted. Strikes final. Precise. Kethra tapped, fist to sand. Medics rushed. Thalev raised Mara's arm. Challenger prevails. Docking granted. Crowd exploded. Aliens surged barriers. Kethra rose. Grip shared. Nodded once. Driftborn. Rig like you fight. Juno grinned from sidelines. Ladders climb next. Wind secured. Doors opened to bays. Thalev's voice cut the roar. Wait, core breach alert. Riggers to hull. All hands. Alarms wailed. Lights flickered. Station groaned. Kethra pulled Mara up. Claws firm. Now. Prove on drift. Mara ran with her. Competence called. Corridors blurred. Crew scrambled. Humans slotted in beside aliens. Tools grabbed. Hull breach loomed. Vacuum hissed. Mara rigged first cable. Kethra hauled plates. Juno barked vectors. Thalev sealed bulkheads. Sparks flew. Pressure held. Station stabilized. Kethra exhaled steam. Humans, fix like they fight. Mara tied off. Smiled faint. Practice. Docking lights green. Prize claimed. Alliance forged. Kethra's eyes narrowed. Another breach pinged distant. More? Mara shouldered Kit, always. They moved as one. Kethra's elbow smashed into Mara's jaw again in memory. But that broke nothing permanent. Station shuddered. New alert blared. Juno slapped Mara's back. Your tournament just started. Mara nodded. Feet steady, ready. The fight blurred into fix. Competence endless. Kethra matched stride. Tail flicked approval. Arena forgotten. Drift demanded. Mara peeled the next plate, wedged forearm. Hip turn on the bolt, broke free. Aliens watched, learned. Humans endured. Kethra hauled beside her. Teach me bridge, Mara demonstrated. Hips to sky, scales flexed. Tried, tipped. Laughter echoed vents, shared. Core stabilized, but shadows lingered. Pirate scan inbound. Thalev Kamed. Riggers hold. Warriors prep. Kethra grinned fangs. Together, Mara reset guard. Cycle repeats. Station armed. Human spark ignited. Crowd from pits now crew. Chance shifted. No underestimation left. Competence ruled. Drift proved it. Kethra locked a strut. Your base wins. Mara tapped it solid. Prize evolved. Alliance eternal. Alarms quieted. But eyes met. Challenge accepted anew. Not in sand, in stars. Mara breathed deep. Jaw ached. Worth it. Juno patched final. Doors open wide now. They stepped out. Fleet waited. Human way spread. Kethra at side. Warrior humbled. Rigged. Thalev bowed slight. Tradition adapts. Station hummed. Secure, but horizon called. Next breach. Next fight. Mara ran toward it. Feet under her. Always. Kethra kept pace. Tail coiled ready. Prove on drift. Forever. The sequence expanded in action. Fight to fix. Seamless. Competence called. They answered. In the arena's aftermath, whispers grew. Human refused the fall. Broke the champion's rules. Rewrote them. Kethra's grip lingered in Mara's mind. Solid now, not vice. Ally. Station turned. Docking bays full. Prize doubled. Crew swelled. Humans humble. Capable. Aliens awed. Cycle sharpened. Endless. Mara spotted Juno's grin. Told you. Base wins. Kethra nodded. Learn more. Offer made. Doors flung wide. Drift awaited. Competence calling. They charged. No tap. No yield. Just forward. Human spark lit the void. Aliens followed. HFY burned bright. In sand and stars. Proved. Kethra's scales gleamed under repair lights. Mara handed tool. Choke escape next. Kethra flexed. Yes. Practice began. Tournament evolved. Alliance won. Core beat steady. Breach. Sealed. But pirates probed. Thalev rallied. Defend. Warriors rose. Riggers prepped. Mara bridged the gap. Literal. Kethra mounted watch. Strikes queued for borders. Tap avoided. Mara circled left. boots grinding arena grit under dim overheads. Kethra loomed opposite, 7 feet of scaled muscle, tail lashing slow arcs, the champion's claws flexed, etched with notches for every broken foe. Mara clapped twice, sharp cracks echoing off packed stands. Alien roars swelled. Thousands of scaled faces twisted in confusion. Kethra snarled, fangs bared. Human toy. Yield now. Mara ignored her, clapped again. Rhythm set. Clap, clap, step left, pivot right. Sand shifted under her feet, familiar as a deck plate. Rigging ships taught tempo. Predict the sway, time the breach. Kethra's strikes would follow patterns. Big ones always did. The alien paced forward, shoulders rolling. Mara matched, clapping steady. Clap, clap. Aliens muttered. Humans didn't dance. They charged or crumpled. Kethra lunged first. Mara sidestepped, clapped once more. Bait landed. The champion whirled, tail whipping air inches from Mara's ribs. Crowd hushed. Arbiter Thalev's staff tapped the edge. Warning. Not stop. Stay in form, Thalev barked from his perch. Crest feathers flared red. No games. Mara grinned, kept circling. Clap, clap. Kethra's eyes narrowed to slits. Reputation burned her. Mara saw it in the twitch of her frill. Unbroken string of males shattered here. Humans? Fleeting pests. Juno's voice cut from the handler's box. Tempo, Mara! Docking rights, wait! Clap, clap! Mara fainted high, dropped low. Kethra swung anyway, massive forearm cleaving empty space. Mara rolled under, popped up behind. Tail grazed her shoulder, pot scales like engine plating, close. Kethra spun faster now, patience fraying. Mara clapped louder, boots stamping beat. The arena pulsed with it, aliens shifted uneasy. This wasn't ritual kill, no honorable clash. Human played. Enough, Kethra roared. She charged full, earth-shaking strides, legs coiled like breech springs. Mara timed it. 3 steps, wind up, commit, perfect. Kethra swung heavy, fist a blur for knockout. Arena lights streaked off her knuckles. Mara shot forward, under the arc. World blurred, sand, scales, roar. She planted left foot, hooked right arm inside Kethra's elbow, lifted with hips. Shiprigger's deadlift, crates twice this weight. Tripped the trailing leg clean. Kethra crashed down, 7 feet slamming flat. Sand exploded. Mara danced back, clapped once. Silence crashed harder than the fall. Alev leaped to the mat, staff high. 1, 2. Kethra surged up at 3, enraged. No retreat to reset. She bellowed, charged blind. Mara dodged left. Tail clipped her thigh, bruising deep. Pain flared, but Mara pivoted. Clap, clap. Rhythm held. You mock me. Kethra's claws raked air. Swing, miss. Swing, miss. Mara weaved, baited deeper. The champion overcommitted. Lungs heaving. Scales steamed with sweat. Mara saw the gap. Ducked a haymaker, closed inside. Elbow to solar plexus, short, sharp, like sealing a hull crack. Kethra grunted, staggered. Mara tripped her again. Lighter this time, down. 4, 5, Thalev's count raced. Crowd bayed, half fury, half awe. Kethra rose snarling, frill fully flared, crimson. She adapted now, strikes tighter. Jab feint, hook follow. Mara blocked one on her forearm. Bone jarred, but held. Aliens didn't hit like that. Precise. Mara countered with a knee to thigh, felt scales dent. Juno yelled, Bridget, prize doubles if you drop her clean. Mara circled wider, clapped to reset. Kethra hesitated. First time, good. Mara pressed, double clap, feint right, shoot left, grabbed the wrist, yanked down, spun into mount, locked armbar. Kethra thrashed, power immense. Mara bridged hips, cranked the joint. Champion howled. Tail coiled for strike. Mara rolled free, dumped her sideways. Sand flew again. 8. 9, Kethra exploded up, eyes wild. Control shattered. She abandoned form, pure fury. Claws slashed in frenzy. Mara parried too. Took a rake across ribs. Shirt tore, blood welled hot, sting like plasma burn. She ignored it, problem to solve later. Tempo shifted. Mara clapped mid-circle, off-beat. Kethra flinched, hooked, charged again, predictable rage. Mara timed perfect. Under, lift, trip, lamb. Thalev's staff froze. 10! Yield or... Kethra tapped once, mat, not mouth. Mara released, stood, breathing steady. Ribs throbbed, but feet solid. Silence choked the arena. Then explosion. Alien cheers mixed with booze. Thalev stared, crest limp. Human. Wins. By count. Kethra rose slow, rubbing elbow. Stared at Mara. Not hate. Assessment. You fight wrong. Mara wiped blood. Offered hand. Fight to win. Champion gripped it. Scales rough, grip iron. But testing, not crushing. Pulled Mara close.
Teach. Juno vaulted the barrier, medkit ready.
Docking rights secured. Told you base wins. She slapped Mara's back, winced at ribs, pirate sniffing edges. Prize money buys hull plates. Thalev approached, staff tapping formal. Tradition bends. Human proves. He signaled cruise. Claim bays full rights. Mara nodded, scanned stands. Aliens whispered. Humans humble? No. Capable. Kethra fell in step beside her, tail coiled, not threat, ready. Station corridors hummed as they exited. Docking bays yawned wide. Juno bargained fast with Dockmaster. Double slots. Human guarantee. Kethra flexed arm. Choke next. Your tempo. Mara handed her a spare brace from Juno's kit. Practice. Alarms blared sudden. Red lights pulsed. Thalev stiffened. Borders. Pirates breach outer ring. Crowd surged. Warriors armed. Kethra snatched a staff, scales hardening. Mara grabbed rigging harness from her pack. Juno. Seal bays. I'll bridge the gap. Thalev rallied. Defend core. Kethra met Mara's eyes. Together. Mara clapped twice. Rhythm set. They charged into breach lights. Feet under her, always. Pirate drones swarmed vents first. Mara rigged cables cross-deck. Tripped to midair. Sparks flew. Kethra smashed third with staff. Clean efficiency. Your traps work. Standard fix. Mara yanked a line. Yanked drone into bulkhead. Crush. Boarders poured in. Armored hulks. Blasters hot. Kethra met first wave head-on. Claws rending plate. Mara flanked. Tempo clap silent now. Shoot low. Trip. Stomp helm. One down. Thalev's guards linked up. Champion leads. Kethra glanced back. Human dawes. Juno patched a guard mid-fight. Mara, vent seals. Mara climbed lattice, ignoring claw gashes, plugged breach with emergency foam. Piss. Seal. Pirates faltered. Cut off. Last boarder lunged at Kethra. Mara timed it. Underswing. Lift trip. Slam into grate. Kethra pinned him. Tap out. Silence fell. Alarms cleared. Thalev bowed. Station secure. Human spark. Kethra gripped Mara's shoulder. Solid. Ally. More. Drift calls. Mara nodded. Horizon waited. Competence called. They answered. Crew swelled at bays. Human riggers. Alien warriors. Juno grinned. Told you. Base wins forever. Doors flung wide. Pirates Kethra slammed her staff into the arena sand. Sudden death, human. Bare knuckles. No tools. No tricks. Yield now. Mara rolled her shoulders. The crowd's roar pressed in. Thousands of aliens packed the orbital ring's coliseum, scales glinting under floodlights. Docking rights hung on this. One win. Her crew waited planetside. Juno's voice crackled in her earpiece. Stick to the plan, Mara. She's predictable. Arbitar Thalev raised his staff. Crest feathers flared. Champion proposes deviation. Traditional bounds hold. Challenger? Mara met Kethra's gaze. The alien towered 7 feet, muscles corded like hull plating, claws retracted but ready. Unbroken record. 50 males shattered. Humans? Unranked pests. Mara nodded. Agreed. Bare knuckles. Thalev's feathers drooped. Circle begins. First yield ends it. Kethra lunged first. Fists blurred. Clean hooks aimed at Mara's ribs. Mara sidestepped. Sand kicked up. The boundary line glowed red. 10 paces wide, traditional kill box. Mara pointed at it. Out there. Open space. Kethra paused mid-stance. Crowd hushed. Cowards ploy. Fight here. Rules say circle, not inside it. Mara towed the line. Your terms. My ground. Thalev consulted his slate. Challenger invokes open protocol. Rare. Champion? Kethra snarled. Fine, she breaks first. She stepped over the line. Arena expanded. 50 paces of flat sand, no walls. Mara clapped twice, rhythm set. Like rigging a breach, feet planted. Kethra charged again, wider arcs now, testing range. Fist whistled past Mara's ear. Wind tugged her short hair. Mara ducked low. Jabbed to Kethra's thigh. Solid muscle, but it buckled a fraction. Alien pivoted, elbow dropping like a piston. Mara rolled under. Sand gritted her palms. Up fast, clap once. Tempo, Juno whispered. Flank her blind side, left knees weak from that pirate stomp. Kethra pressed. Straight punch, thudded Mara's guard. Bones jarred. Mara tasted blood. She circled out, open space, let her breathe. No corners to trap her, Kethra laughed. Soft skin, folds soon. She feinted high, swept low. Mara jumped. Counter, knee to gut. Kethra grunted. First sound of pain, crowd murmured. Bets shifted on holoscreens. Thalev circled wide. Yield calls only. Mara breathed steady. Problem solving. Kethra favored power, linear strikes, efficient breaks. Mara flanked. Always move. Kethra roared. Double overhand smash. Mara slipped inside. Elbow to ribs. Crack. Echoed. Kethra's scales split. Blood welled, green and thick. Yield? Mara asked. Never. Kethra spun. Back fist grazed Mara's jaw. Stars burst. Mara shook it off. Clap. Rhythm. Open space advantage. Kethra's reach meant nothing now. Mara closed distance. Jab hook. First to jaw. Snapped head back. Second to knee. Third looped under guard. Smashed solar plexus. Kethra wheezed. Staggered. Mara pounced. Took the back arms hooked under armpits. Legs scissored around waist. Classic mount. Kethra thrashed. Claws raked air. Mara cinched tight. Rear naked hold. No wrench. Just pressure. Kethra bucked. Sand flew. Off. Mara held. Windpipe compressed. Clean. Efficient. Like sealing a vent. Kethra slapped the sand. Tap. 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 To leave staff danged. Yield. Human claims. Mara released instant. Rolled off. Offered hand. Kethra gasped. Grabbed it. Mara pulled her up. Solid grip. No twist. Arena froze. Silence crushed the roar. Aliens stared. Warriors with crests flat. Merchants' eyes wide. Kethra stood tall. Rubbed throat. Nodded once. You fight strange. Win clean. Thalev bowed low. Docking rights granted. Challenger ascends rank. Crowd exploded. Salutes rippled. Fists to chests. Honor for the fallen champion. Mara raised Kethra's arm. Shared. Juno whooped from sidelines. That's my rigger. Kethra leaned in. Voice low. Pirates were preview. Real drift calls now.
Join?
Mara grinned. Blood on her teeth. Competence called. Always. But the arena doors hissed. Pirate banners fluttered. No. Station alerts blared. Fresh breach. Kethra's eyes hardened. Again? Mara clapped twice. Rhythm set. Thalev rallied guards. Defend core! They charged together. Open space waited. Kethra gripped her staff from the rack. The scales hardening anew. Human leads. Mara grabbed her rigging harness from the bench. Juno, seal bays, bridged the gap. Juno patched a gash on Mara's arm mid-stride. On it. Win the prize first. Dock and crush 'em. Pirate drones swarmed the outer vents. Breach lights flashed crimson. Mara rigged cables cross-deck on the fly, snapped lines taut, tripped 2 drones mid-air. Sparks rained. Kethra smashed a third with staff. Clean efficiency. Traps hold. Standard fix. Mara yanked a line. Third drone crushed into bulkhead. Wreckage pinged off walls. Boarders poured through. Armored hulks, blasters hot. Kethra met the first wave head-on, claws rended plate. One down. Gurgling, Mara flanked. Tempo clap silent now. Shoot low, trip. Stop helm, second down. Thalev's guards linked up. Champion leads. Kethra glanced back, blood smeared. Human does. Juno sealed a side bay. Foam hissed. Mara, bents. Mara climbed the lattice. Ignored claw gashes on her thigh. Plugged the breach. Emergency foam expanded. Hiss. Seal. Pirates faltered. Cut off. Last boarder lunged at Kethra. Blaster raised. Mara timed it. Under the swing. Lift trip. Slam into grate. Kethra pinned him. Tap out. Silence fell. Alarms cleared. Thalev bowed deep. Station secure. Human spark ignites. Kethra gripped Mara's shoulder. Solid. Alley forged. Drift calls. More fights? Mara nodded. Horizon beckoned. Docking rights sealed. Crew bays open forever. Juno grinned wide. Base wins. Doors flung wide. Pirates' wreckage cleared. Arena crowd swelled. Human riggers mingled with alien warriors. Salutes echoed, but Kethra's eyes narrowed at the stars. Champion's challenge lingers. Rematch? Mara clapped once. Open space. Your rules. Competence answered. They stepped out. Together, the Colosseum thundered anew. Bets reset. Human underestimated no more. Kethra flexed claws. Bare knuckles again. Mara pointed to the line. Expand it. Thalev sighed. Protocol invoked. Crowd roared. Sudden death reloaded. Kethra lunged. Mara sidestepped. Jab landed. Rhythm eternal. In the stands, Juno tallied winnings. Rig that win. Mara. Open space. No bounds. Human way. Kethra adapted. Fist grazed. Mara countered. Combination flowed. Jab. Hook. Takedown. Back taken. Hold secured. Tap. Release. Hand up. Salute shared. Arena stunned silent. Then erupted. Dignity intact. Champion lived. Prize won. Drift called louder.